So he's expressing, we're going to cover that point if you didn't hear. We're going to cover that point in saying he's cynical and people are very skeptical about the actual role the prison system would have played. Part of the problem is just how do you identify whether or not prison had an effect or not. So we're going to talk about that one of those reasons, which is that you would have anticipated a quicker crime drop if you thought prisons were really working to reduce crime. If you agree that prisons are supposed to reduce crime, if you don't care if they do, that's another story. But what does he think the estimates? What he specifically gives you a range of percentages. The estimated percent reduction of the effect of prisons on crime rates. We showed you one earlier in class, but that was at a micro level. This is a more aggregate rate. 10 to 30. So researchers estimate that the prison system during this period of time is responsible for about 10% to 30%. 10 to 30%. The imprisonment rate is responsible for about 10 to 30% of this crime drop. Sorry, be specific, very explicit. So we have this crime drop going from, we have 93 to 2009 or 10. People estimate 10 to 30% of that is the result of the prison system. The first thing to know that should be very troubling is that's a huge range. It's a huge range. We're spending 6 times more money on the prison system today than we were back in the 70s and 80s. But if we're only getting 10%, people have a huge problem with that cost benefit. We're only reducing crime by 10% for $60 billion. People have a problem with that cost benefit. 30% might start to feel a little bit better. If this part of the bottom range back, the truth is we just don't know. It's really hard to use data to create that estimate. But in the end, a lot of people are pissed off because they don't think it's enough. Republicans, Democrats are coming out right now in the past 2 or 3 years. Very specifically, they're coming out against the high number of dollars spent on the prison system, and researchers can't really find a substantial effect on crime rates. So that's something we're dealing with today. You're living in this fascinating period of time where you have people coming in a bipartisan effort to rethink whether or not the prison system should take all this money, because it's not going to give us something more in return. So we're going to get to the point here about why. Why do we have trouble identifying a substantial effect of prison, mass incarceration, on making communities safer? There are a couple different things to think about. Okay, so we'll talk about that briefly, and then we'll talk about why it's hard to know and why it might not be that prison has a great effect on crime rates. And then we're going to talk about, so if they don't substantially affect crime rates, why do we have such a high incarceration rate? This is just another example of crime rates going down. This is, for those of you interested, you guys have learned in your other classes about like the UCR versus the victimization. So these are just victimization rates, and they highlight the same, like, similar again, violent victimizations. So here you have, during this period of time, from the 80s into the 2000s, the correction system. This is correctional spending. I'm sorry, the next one's spending. This is just the number of people in any given part of the correction system. We have the total number of people at the top. And then what's the largest component of the correction system? Probation. You got them here. You see similar expansion. And then this third from the bottom is the prison system. So you see the prison system is not even close to having the most number of people, or like we've already talked about in class. It's by far the most costly component. This is just showing you again, not only was the prison system going up, not only was the correction system expanding, but like we've talked about already, during the same period of time, police force expansion was happening. 1995, that's where this line is. 1995, about 2008.